modern day masculine man, take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't bend, I won't break, you are not me and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo!
Yeah. What's up, family? Y'all know what time it is. It is Tuesday, and I'm with my guy, Trab Perry. We here, tuned in, tapped in, turned on for another Tough Talk Tuesdays. I don't have my phone. I had a nice topic in my phone. Let me see. Can I call my wife real quick? Hey, Chris!
That's what I'm talking about.
Let me see. I got to call up. Chris, can you bring me my phone? It's either on the counter or in the bedroom somewhere. It's somewhere in between here and there. Yeah, I was just sitting down. I was getting the sponsorship going. Spiritual House Sage, man. And I forgot my phone. I got some good questions Miss Carla gave me. But after we talk about that for about 15 minutes, Trav, I want us to just start freestyling and talk about current events, current stuff that's going on. Because it's just a lot of shit going on in the world that I realize, man, to me, feminine mindset has literally just taken over and is permeating its way into men so much that it's really sad. It's really sad for a man to think he deserves something. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget, before we get started, to kind of caveat into what we're going to talk about. I remember when I first put my sons in football, right?
Yeah.
And they were fucking garbage. I mean, they were terrible. When I said terrible, stinking up the fucking field. You know what I'm saying? But it was Pop Warner, and they had this rule if every kid had to play 10 plays. So I was like, why do they get to play 10 plays? If they're not good enough, let them work. So they would put my sons in on plays where put the motherfucker out at wide receiver, where we know the kids at that age, if it's a running play bouncing that far, he ain't really got the block. So put him in at wide receiver 10 plays and run the ball all them 10 plays. Or put him in at safety on defense at the end of the game or something, as long as get his 10 plays. And as a volunteer parent, I had the job. My job was standing on the sideline, making sure every kid got 10. Coach, you got to get little Johnny in, coach. And it really became like a strategy where you had to figure out how to play the scrubs in order to win. Because if you come out and put your starters in and get the kicking ass in the fourth quarter trying to play all your scrubs, that team could come back. So it became a strategy of how to play the scrubs, right?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget, at the end of the season, one of my son's best friends, he was the kick-ass running back and linebacker on the team. He was fucking the star of the team, everything. Yeah. So I'll never forget when we went to a banquet, and he was a single mother kid, so he used to be at my house all the time. So I'll never forget when they had their first banquet. This is my first time being involved with Pop Warner. They had their first banquet, and they called his name first. I ain't gonna say his name, but they said such and such, team champion, blah blah blah. He's the guy. He make all the tackles. He run the ball, da 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 da. And they called his name up, and they gave him a trophy about this big.
Yeah.
Then they gave everybody on the fucking team the exact same trophy. And I'll never forget when they got in the car, my sons were sitting there, look at my trophy, and he was sad. And I knew why I was sad, so I waited for my boys to go in the house. I said, why you sad like that, man? He said, I did all the work and they got the same thing as me. And that's when I knew the world was over. I knew the war was over because what it does, I saw it do two things. It made my sons who were scrubs feel like they were superheroes. And it made the superhero feel like he was just as fucking worse as the scrubs. So what I realized what it'll do to men is this. Subconsciously, it'll make the guy that's the best guy on the team not work as hard because we're going to get the same trophy because he going to be the best anyway. When it's time for him to do that extra, run them extra laps and do what he need to do to go pro, he not going to do that because he's satisfied with being the best on the team because of the mediocrity. And I had to say all that to get us set up for our topic today, man. But I want you to speak on that real quick.
Man, you ended it with mediocrity. That's where we at. Everybody is a C. C is the standard. Mediocrity, right there in the middle. If you put in the work and you make a B or A, now we look at that as arrogance. You think you better than somebody. So when you talk about manhood and what we hold standards to, man, you said it just right there in a beautiful example of a child. And that's why we always say the truth is so simple that a child can understand it. And man, that's a powerful story, but it's about mediocrity.
And not only is it about mediocrity, it's really about passing bullshit.
Yeah.
I just seen the new scale. Now, when I was in high school and even in college, I think an A was 100 to a 92. You couldn't miss but 8 points to be an A. Now, man, the new scale, a A is like 100 to a 80.
Yeah.
A fucking 40 is a D. You remember when we was growing up, we was like, you got to get a 70, goddammit. You got to get that 70. You need that 70. That's that D. Now imagine if they let a doctor work on you that only passed 70% of his exams. Now keep in mind, I've been to grad school. So in grad school, they don't allow C's. You can't after undergrad, you can't make a C. So when you're getting your master's or getting your PhD, you can't make a C because they like can't be average as a professional. You're a pro. Pro's not average. A C is an average grade. So I remember I had this statistic class in college, and I didn't know this shit when I first hit grad school. First C I ever made in my life. Graduate statistics. Man, that shit was harder than a motherfucker to me. Not only do you got to know how to do math and plug in all these formulas, you got to know when to do it and blah, blah, blah. So that shit was harder than a motherfucker to me. And I mustered out that C. I was like, I got their ass. And my professor sent me an email. You on academic probation. I'm like, for what? She like, that C. I said, hold on now. C is passed. She said, not in grad school. You're trying to get a professional license. We can't let no C student get out this motherfucker. You got to be A, proficient, or B, like super proficient. So what I realized, man, is we want the AB treatment as the DF student.
Well,
and men are so feminized that we like women. We think everybody should have a good woman or a good husband like women. But go ahead.
Like growing up, like my granddad and daddy used to say, you understand who a man is when you get men amongst men. But who changed these standards and who set these standards?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I think it's what I just said. Feminism. Women raising their sons, telling their sons that they don't have to do this, they don't have to do that. And what you have is, when you have such an influx of fatherless children, you have children going out in the world who are willing to kill, rob, steal, and die behind a standard that they mama set. You see what I'm saying? So what you have is a over influx of people saying, I want the fucking trophy regardless. And guess what? We'll fight, shoot, and kill for it. So eventually men like us who gonna sit back, man, I ain't going to jail trying to make no nigga do right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, say, for example, back in the day, the deacons for defense. Those men were willing to risk their life, risk going to jail to defend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trab, I can only live the standard right now. We at a point right now, motherfuckers will kill us for trying to hold a standard up. You will get shot for asking a young man, hey, young man, first thing you do in the morning is pull your pants up. You mind pulling your pants up? Ain't nobody gonna take you serious. Hey, young old head, what the fuck you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I think it is. It's just too many weak motherfuckers. Once you have, how can I say it? The bullied will always become the bullies, the bullier, when there's a lot of motherfuckers getting bullied. Remember at first it used to just be a few gay kids in school and they got picked on and got bullied. But once everybody became gay, them motherfuckers bullying everybody. I'm almost scared to say gay on the platform now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I think happened. Why you asking me that, or what do you think happened?
Well, like I say, man, we're in a time of mediocrity, and the standards have fallen with generations. I got a saying, I say, I'm talking real life shit. I ain't talking make believe. And I think the standards have been reduced to make believe. Like you say, on social media, anytime you watching something out of device, it's in the position to make you believe something. But in real life, shit's still the same. I grew up amongst a whole bunch of peers. When we picked for basketball, if you wasn't the best, you got picked last. And if you got picked last, you wasn't the best. It changed from basketball, football, wrestling, all the way to sitting in a group, being able to join on each other. Everybody knew their position in terms of a social spectrum. And if you was weak in that way, you knew you had to defend yourself. I mean, that's what created the standards. But I still think that's going on in real life.
You think so?
We're just so caught up in make-believe that we got a generation now, they'll shut the fuck up when they get in a room full of men that's talking real, but they talk on this here devices and make you believe there's a standard that's only an idea and an illusion.
You know what, man? I agree with that to a certain extent, but we live in a world now, in the real world, outside of these devices exist. So motherfuckers know that phone will get turned on at any minute.
Yeah.
Man, so I understand what you're saying. It's like in a social media platform, I wolf ticket you. Blah, 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 blah. But in the real world, you're saying niggas to shut the fuck up in the barbershop. I'm saying to a certain extent, niggas are wolf in the barbershop because they know somebody in the corner over there filming this shit. Yeah. And end up you still having to fuck a nigga up that know he don't want to goddamn do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like the old saying, the loudest nigga don't want to fight. My principal used to say, he's scared and he glad. I had a principal that was a pastor. God rest his soul. He died not too long ago, about 3 months ago. And that motherfucker used to be my pastor at church on Sunday, Bible study Wednesday. He was my fucking elementary 5th through 6th grade principal. Then the bitch was my damn 7th and 8th grade principal and 1 year high school. And when I tell you, he stayed on my motherfucking ass. But he used to have boxing gloves. And he would, somebody fighting. He hype. Come on. We're going to have a fucking assembly. He literally would have an assembly. You get to fighting, you're not getting suspended. The next day when we get to school before breakfast, it's an assembly in the gym. Put them goddamn gloves on. He going to make you fight in front of the whole school. And after we had about 3 fights in front of the whole school, we had no more fights. Because motherfuckers don't want to fight in front of everybody. So we learned that loudest motherfucker is always the motherfucker that normally get his ass kicked. Now he gonna get louder in the barbershop because he know that phone coming on.
Yeah.
They what it really boils down to is, man, weak motherfuckers know strong people have mercy. I've had things happen to me, family, friends, past relationships where they know I'm strong. I'm not being funny. I've been in situations with girls, in college, fresh out of college, that did something nasty for me, and I videotaped them. I got a flick with you. I got your face giving me some head, and you still go out and badmouth me. Why? Because Javon ain't gonna expose you and show that. He's a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people know that you're not going to respond like they would. Have you ever been in a situation like that where a person know not to fuck with you, but deep down they do it anyway, and they like, Trav ain't gonna expose me. Trav gonna forgive me for that money. Trav, you know what I'm saying? They see the goodness in real men, and I think that's the strength of a masculine man, to not have to respond to every fucking thing.
Yeah, I got a big brother that called at the Jesus hard. Like they say, Father, forgive them for what they don't know. Because at the end of the day, when you know better and you overstand certain type things, it'll hurt you more in the end when you win. So that's kind of what makes you, let your ego die. But I want to say, man, confidence is a real thing. Confidence ain't an ideal thing. When you really have confidence, there's a light that come out of you that people draw their attention to. And when people understand that, man, it's a power in that. And when people don't have confidence, they become insecure to confidence. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the antagonist and the protagonist. But when you know you standing in that position of being real, you know, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I say, every win ain't a win when it's gonna cost you in the end. And to beat somebody down, you got to get down with them. So in most cases, stay high in that sense.
Yeah, man, because I know situations that I promise you this happened to me, and I be so fucking mad at myself every time. If I loan someone some money, right, and if they say they're gonna pay me back this Friday, the day that they don't pay me back, I be wanting to call them so bad, but I never do. And 2 weeks could go by and I never do. I be saying to myself, why do I feel bad about asking somebody for my money back? And it's because I say to myself, well, I know how it feels to not be able to pay somebody back the day that I couldn't pay them back, and I felt bad. But I called them. I humbled myself and I had to call them. Because I'd rather call you and explain and feel humble and beg for mercy than to duck you and you see me as a fucked up person.
Yeah. Going back to, like you were saying, man, the standard of manhood, and even in being this power and taking the high road, when you get into the feminism of manhood, I hear people always say this cliche phrase like, well, men are logical, but women get emotional. And they'll say that's what separates men from women. Well, I can have a disagreement with a man, and he may think it's a disagreement based off an opinion. But I'm talking true fact about something I know. So when my tone changed to confidence and my posture changed to, motherfucker, I ain't just talking. Most men today will take on the emotional side of, now they want to play the victim because I make them feel threatened, just like a fucking woman. Well, at one point of time, you stand on what you stand on. And if we know we're talking, this is how men talk. You see what I'm saying? So I noticed that a lot. You can't have a real man conversation because they take on woman traits, even when a man really talk in a goddamn tone.
Yeah. Why you getting upset, bro? Oh, you mad?
Yeah,
and they say feminine things.
You turn into a victim, and that's mediocrity. That's when you're a C-class man that can't rise to the occasion to show you an A. And being an A means I stand on something, brother.
Yeah, and I ain't got to
back down from what I believe in.
I ain't got to fight you for it, but my emotions flow into my logic. That's what I don't understand, and that's funny that you said that. That's tonight's topic. And we're gonna discuss this because I always like to discuss something because we're teachers. I don't want to get up here and be the fucking Wendy Williams reporting the news. Trab, what you think about the Diddy shit? What you think about this? What you think about that? What you think about this? But we're gonna do some of that because that's relevant. You can't teach without telling stories and relevant examples. Men aren't emotionless, they're emotionally homeless. Men aren't emotionless, they're emotionally homeless. We don't have a place to share those emotions. I'll give you a perfect example. When you just said you get passionate about something and you speak in fact and you stand on it, men turn that into, oh, you're getting mad, you're getting angry, blah, blah, blah. They weaponize it against you. Why you got to do all that about something, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, so you're back up against the wall and I got you and I'm making a point. And as my logic runs into my emotion, because it takes emotions to bust a move. Logic, you can be logical and think all day. But when it's time to bust a move, it's going to take some emotion. You see what I'm saying? When a motherfucker decide what's the strategy, the war on these people, how we going to conquer them, all right? Okay, this is how we going to conquer them. We got the battle plan set up. This is how we going to do it. And then what they do, they have a ceremony. This is for your people. Sparta, put your war faces on. Get hype. They beat drums. They do everything. Motherfucker, get ready for this shit because you might be finna die, motherfucker, but you going into glory. They playing on your emotion. I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what you're doing when you was playing football, listening at that Tupac before the game. You are tapping into your emotions. Logically, you know I gotta hit the A gap and goddamn hold this motherfucker up, but goddamn, you need something emotionally to get you going. I've been in situations where I played defensive end and went against a lot of white boy left tackles, and I said my strategy is first play, I'm gonna try to bull rush your goddamn ass. Every time. First play, I'm a bull rush. I got to see how strong you are. Can you take this bull rush? If you can't handle this bull rush the first time, then I'm a one-arm bull you and get some space. Then I can play real chess with you. But there's been nights that I say I'm a bull rush this motherfucker first time. And he catch that bull and pancake my ass. I say, okay. I got to think on this motherfucker. But I be sad than a motherfucker to this motherfucker. So I said, I'm going to try to bull him again. And if he pancake, I said, okay, well, we know that ain't a move for tonight. You see what I'm saying? And now, logically, I've lost something in my pack. Man. I'm not as strong. I don't feel, but I got to tell myself something. This goddamn white boy, don't tell me I can't bull rush him. I'm going to stand outside. I'm going to speed rush his ass to the outside, and then I'm going to bull his ass right at the last minute. So what I'm saying is this emotion that they say that we lack, no, there's not safe places for us. It used to be in the barbershop. Now it's not. Now it's not, because the barbershop has turned to a place where you go in there, it's 4 bitches in there getting their dreads edged up, and there's 3 single mothers in there getting their sons haircut. No, I'm serious. That's why I stopped going to the barbershop. But we aren't emotionally numb. We don't have the safe spaces. And not being able to vent those emotions, it leads to silent suffering.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, though, even in that, and that's powerful in the way you're saying it. And I would say that if we are emotionalists to where we don't have somewhere to go, if you can say that in this moment, then the question is more powerful than the answer. Why? I mean, you still got to do some self-reflection. You mean to tell me you can't build one relation that can be genuine in the moment to where, hey, dog, hey, man, hey, look, you can just talk to somebody. So even when you think about how the idea of men not having nobody to talk to, like, what kind of dude is you or person is you if you really ain't got no goddamn body to talk to?
Yeah, I think that's powerful. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Even going back to, like, when we talk about emotions or feelings, we all feel through life. We all go through things. It's a spectrum of a man and a woman. It's certain aspects of feelings that we can't empathize with them and they can't empathize with us. But trust and believe they are feelings that need to be expressed. Like you say, man, we all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain at the end of the day.
Man, people don't realize when they said men deal in logic, emotion. Do you realize when a nigga see your chain and he want to kill you for it, that's his emotions. He not saying, I'm going to take that chain and pawn it and flip that money. Hey man, that chain will be a great investment to steal. He mad because you got it. He's jealous because you got it.
God.
And he don't.
And like, speaking of emotions, I want to throw some emotions out there so people understand this in real life. We ain't talking no make-believe. Happy, sad, jealousy, envy. Just like you gave an example of a chain. When someone sees something or somebody that they admire, it starts off as admiration. That's an emotion. It could be inspiring. But when they see that admiration and then it turned inward and the confidence ain't there to see themselves in the things that they admire, it first turns to jealousy. And then it sets in like death and darkness to realize, man, I ain't no light in me to be the things I really aspire to be. And that's when it becomes envy. And envy turns to hate. So this is a real chain reaction of emotions that we go up and down scales all day. And ain't nobody above none of them. Yeah, sometimes we can have envious moments. A moment ain't but 90 seconds. We can have all these, but we come out of them and go somewhere else. So this ain't no philosophical shit. This real life shit. That somebody will kill you because they don't know how to deal with.
Yeah,
I want to be confident like him.
Yeah, because if they thought they could have it, they would try to go out and get it. I seen a brother get killed on Facebook Live the other day. Sitting in his car talking, dudes just sitting there, and they rolled up on him and killed him for the chain. He like, hey man, you serious, man? Come on, man, pow, 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 pow. You know, and it's like everything you described, that spectrum of emotions. I call it an emotional wheel. It's like a stick. It's like a wheel. You can spin that bitch and it go in cycles, or it's a stick from one end to one end, like you said. And my granddaddy always used to say, jealousy ain't nothing but you hate me because you love me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You love who I am, but you hate that you can't be me. So it's a situation where when you really look up as a man, I did a class on emotions. I don't have but two emotions, and I think every emotion falls under one of the two, and everything else is just a degree. Like you said, jealousy, envy, spite. I think there are two emotions, and I didn't write this down. I'm looking at what Miss Carla wrote. Hope and fear. God. That's just the only two emotions there are. Hope and fear. When you see some or hear some, do you believe or hope for it? Or do you fear that you can't have it? Because sadness lands under fear. And then happiness lands under hope. Expectancy lands under hope. Doubt lands under fear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's you motherfucking hopeful or scared.
Yeah.
And no matter how you cut it. And that's what Floyd said, fight or flight. And I looked at that and I said, well, damn, that's emotion to me. Because what tells you to fight or fight? How you feel about that situation. There are times that I think and I know I can kick a motherfucker ass. But I don't feel like beating this little guy ass. How I feel about that situation. So fight or flight to me is, if I'm going to fight, then I expect to win. There's an expectancy. Fight, I'm going for it. I expect to achieve my goals. I'm going to try the marathon. I expect it. Flight, I'm leaving. Man, I ain't going to sign up for this 4K. I know I ain't going to do this shit. It's like that guy looked, like you said, he looked at you and saw your chain and said, he can expect, whoa, hey man, how you get that chain? What you do? What's your plan? Shit, I'm gonna get me one. One day my time coming. Or he can fear, like you said, look down within himself and know good and goddamn well ain't nothing about him, and he ain't got no drive to do nothing to get no goddamn gold chain. He fear. I'm telling you, man, people think I'm crazy when I say that.
Yeah. You know, it's like you say, it's two, and that goes to the power of polarity. Good, evil, happy, sad. And like you say, it all boils down to one side. And even to take it in another deep manner is ego versus consciousness. when you and your ego, sometimes you get triggered based off how somebody approach you or disrespect you or not. Your consciousness says, hey, hold on, Trab. They arguing. Hold on, Trab. Man, don't even say that, because if you say that, it might go further. So it boils down to two different emotions, light and darkness. And we all got to make that choice in which hey, look, which side we gonna be on in every moment. And I think that's practical, man. I don't even think that's deep.
As men, we get labeled as emotionally unavailable a lot. You know what I'm saying? And to me, we're emotionally unwelcomed. People say they want to hear what we got to say, but if a man really got to telling you what's going on in his mind, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things I'm not going to tell my wife that's going on in my mind. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I'm not going to tell this friend what's going on in my mind. There's certain things I'm not going to tell this person. But there's nothing that I don't have somebody that I can fucking talk to about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what people do is we burn a lot of bridges. And then I always say we tell on ourselves when we telling on somebody else. You know, I was messing with this guy and he had shit in his drawers and he didn't even know how to bathe. Really? That's the type of nigga you laying up with?
Yeah.
or this bitch I was fucking with, she stank. Her pussy stank, or she didn't even know how to take care of her kids. And really, that's the type of motherfucker you was laying up with. So I always say we tell on ourselves. So when a person get into that, don't nobody love me, I'm all here, me against the world, it's me all by myself, I be like, oh, you done stole. Did you smoke crack and stole from your grandma? Because you done did something.
Yeah.
You done did something. So I have to speak to Miss Carla. It's certain whenever we have a subject, I love the subject and I love what she do. But sometimes I don't think Miss Carla realized her, me, and you, we think we're above average, whether we are or not. In our minds, like you say, ego versus consciousness. You are what you believe. So we think we're above average. That's why we call ourselves teachers and coaches and shit, right?
Yeah.
So the things that apply for most people won't apply to us. Meaning not that we got life figured out, because we all, like you said, ain't nobody above the bullshit. We have learned how to marginalize our bullshit, but we also have learned how to be accountable for the decisions that we've made. And that's what I mean when I say, not that we got life figured out, but in order for you to have an ego, an arrogance, a confidence about yourself, to think that you can get on this motherfucking internet and talk and teach and have people listen to you, you think you're above average. Because the average motherfucker that think they're average is the one that's watching and listening. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, look, man, I know I'm the one. I know I'm the one. Now, I'm saying this to say that's what I know. You are who you think you are.
Yeah.
Like we say, we came up at a time where there was a standard, men amongst men. Who you think you is? I hope you think you one of the ones. What's the alternative? And we grew up in a time where everybody felt they were the one. And they had cuts. They had tryouts. They had, you're not good enough. Your name ain't on the list. You ain't one of the ones. And then when the ones who made it, who were one of the ones, they still had a matriarch system to prove I am the ultimate one. That's how your supervisor got to be a supervisor. That's how a leader got to be a leader in every aspect of life. So if we don't understand that no more, and you feel some type of way because I say I'm the one, well, I asked the question to anybody, well, what the hell is you?
Yeah, man, it's amazing to me. This chick I follow on social media, she's kind of low key, but she said something the other day. She said she's a very beautiful chick too, and she's a plain Jane quiet girl, and she rarely speak up, but every now and then when she speaks, she say something very profound. She said this person told me that they thought I was full of myself. She said that at first I got offended because I thought about it like naturally. She said, but then I thought about it. Would I want to be empty of myself? I should be full of myself. And you know what I'm saying? It's like the idea of, like I said, my friend a couple of weeks ago when we was talking, he lost a friend because he didn't hold the standard. He lost the code. So in order to have this safety net or this safe space, you have to be a provider of safe space for people, and you have to maintain the code. The niggas don't let you in the room no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times when people don't have these, what I was saying about Miss Carla, a lot of times she's speaking and she's teaching for the average person. She's teaching for the watchers. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to understand a lot of times when me and Trav discuss something, we never really have that problem. That's what I want to say to people. It's not like we up here saying we're perfect. What we're saying is if we think we the one and we think we got something to teach, then we have figured something out that we think somebody else needs to figure out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what the message is, man. But like I said, man, I hear so many people, and I don't know if this is the social media world. I'm gonna ask you. You said you think a nigga shut up in the barbershop and niggas just talking for social media, but in the real world, it's the opposite. Now I hear so many men complain about not having a safe space. Do you think niggas is saying that? Or in the real world, niggas don't have a safe space because they fuck up. So whatever. What do you think? Do you think, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that's a real thing or niggas saying
okay, like we say, niggas don't have a safe space. That ain't in a real life phase. You ain't got nobody you can talk to. Who you deal with? You understand what I'm saying? This is me talking to somebody. And maybe I could meet somebody at work, and this normally happens. Well, it's just a moment where a genuine type of thing happens and they realize it's a safe space. And we start to have a conversation and they say, man, I ain't never told nobody this right here before, bro. So it becomes, but that's real life moving through life, man. I mean, you either gonna be it to have it or you gonna be it to receive it. You know what I mean? So if you in this thing for real, life will happen. Well, and if you don't meet nobody genuine in a moment, then I think that's more about you than the moment. Do that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, man, shit, you could be sitting in the airport. Hey, man, where you going? Shit, I'm going to North Carolina. What's going on? Shit, my old lady leaving me. I got to go, blah, 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 blah. I done been, this is the thing. Like we said, law of attraction. You attract what you are. Man, because I'm a safe space, as you say, if that's a thing, I have safe spaces. I'm vulnerable, meaning for some reason people will tell me their whole fucking life story. I'll be like, God damn. I'm empathetic, but sometimes I'll be like, what make you pick me to sit here and tell me all this shit? This lady I trained at my job the other day. Man, she went through a story about her and her husband. I think it's one of the most triumphant love stories of holding on ever. You know what I'm saying? But this
oh man.
But man, for 8 hours, man, this nigga is in jail and she could afford to get him out. And she just can't get past certain things that's happened. But she love him to death. And she do for him in jail, send him whatever the fuck he need. And the family says she need to stop sending him what he need. And she want to get him out, but she know her family gonna look at her like she a fool if she get him out. And this lady, I sat there and I said, I would be embarrassed. Lady, I'm training you. Do you realize I can go to my supervisor and say, man, this lady mentally ain't ready, man. You can't have this lady in here, man. This lady, she's very unprofessional. She done told me a whole goddamn life story. This lady gonna be a problem on this job talking. She if she talk that goddamn much, she gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
But the point I'm making is because I'm that for people, I meet people all the time that I feel like I can talk to.
So okay, so let me ask you this. Like I say, in real life shit, we ain't talking make believe. If you understand how it works, you can work it around you, through you, and the people that encounter you. If you don't, it get worked on you, right? So just hearing you practically talk about how it works, and it's only two emotions: happy, sad, good, bad. If you wake up every day and you pick a side, if you feeling with hope to have a pleasant day, then you attract everything pleasant that comes your way to be that in practical real time. And I'm talking about this ain't no deep shit. This, hey, good morning, how you doing? And there it goes. There it is. That's how it works. But when you ain't got that, good morning. I ain't got time for that. God damn, that's why you ain't got no safe place. Cause like you said, cause you ain't the safe place.
I used to go to work as a school teacher, and literally they would be mad at how happy I come to work. They would literally be like, here come Mr. Happy. Here come Mr. Jolly. Lord have mercy. He must be on his happy weed. Da 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 da. You mad because I come in here happy about impacting these students? Because the first thing I do when I get to school, when I walk in, the kids gonna come get me and walk me straight to the cafeteria because somebody want to battle rap me. That's all they hear. Oh, well, Mr. Clark. And I tell them the same speech. I'm old enough to hit your mama now. I'm going to put it in the rap. If I'm telling you now, I'm going to talk about your mama, your family, everything. I'm going to talk about them dirty shoes you got on. I'm telling you now, your t-shirt, your neck kind of hanging. So I be funny as we talking. So some of them be like, nah, ain't no need. Ain't no need. And then after I tell them that, I tell them, now you want to go first, because if you don't go first, when I go, they're not gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna dish you so strong that they not gonna let you go. They're not gonna want to hear what you say. And I would psychologically beat a lot of them like that. I wouldn't even have to rap, because I'm like, and what'll happen is if I rap and I diss them real good because I done said they ain't gonna let you go, the kids would be like, nah, you don't even get to go. You don't even get to go. So I done psychologically won. But the point I'm making is, here come Mr. Clark getting the kids riled up in the morning. That's what they say. I get the kids riled up. You know what I'm saying? So people will look at you and be upset with how happy you is, but then be upset because everybody love you and come to you. Motherfucker, that's the reason that people fuck with me like they do. Because I'm happy. I'm welcoming. You ever got up in the morning, man, and said this shit right here? You know about the law of attraction. I ain't gonna get into it too much.
Get into it, man. Talk your shit.
Like you said, you ever got up and you running late? You said, God damn, I'm running late. I know it's gonna be a motherfucking school bus in front of me, and it be a school bus in front of you. Or you said some shit like, man, I hope it ain't no old motherfucker in front of me with they signal light on, and it be. And them motherfuckers turn everywhere you got to turn, but they signal light is pointing a different direction. Or it may be a situation where, for me specifically, I got a train. Since you told me to talk about it, I got a real train. I got a whole train. Like when I was a kid, my grandfather bought me a train set, my great grandfather, and we lived in a 4-generational house. And so I slept in the bed with him as a little boy. And where we lived at, there was this train that would come through on time every morning. And when a train, if you live close enough to the train, you can feel the ground shake. You see what I'm saying? And that ground, it was something that woke me up, and it felt so peaceful. And then my grandfather gave me a train set. So check this out. There's this train in Durham. If I go that direction, the fucking arm is going to drop. I don't give a fuck. I used to take my sons to school. Arm drop. Picking them up. Arm drop. Summer, football practice. Anytime this arm drops of this train on me. And I used to be so fucking mad. And I said, every time I go, and then some hit me one day. He said, you know, that's your grandfather. That's your grandfather looking out for you. That's that train. That train is telling you You are exactly where you supposed to be
Come
in
on with
life
it.
right now. Every time you come this way, there's this train. So when I was teaching my Bears and Bubbles class, I would go out and be like, all right, y'all. Now, y'all know today I'm just going to see is this fucking train. Ding, 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 ding. I would go live. Hey, y'all, I'm middle of the day just for my class. I'm just going to see. I'm going that way. Ding, 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 ding. The goddamn arm drop, right? So I used to be so frustrated. And then once I realized this is my train, this is synchronicity. How the fuck? There have been times I have been coming up the street and see that bitch warming up. I'd be like, okay, all right, I'm gonna make this bitch. It ain't moving. Niggas, the conductor out there bitch smoking a cigarette. I'm watching this shit as I'm coming up the street in traffic. He dropped the cigarette. Walk up on the fucking train. I'm watching. Hit a button. As soon as I get to the light where it's time for me to go across, bing, bing, bing. I said to myself, I started crying. I said, that's my grandfather. That's what I associated with at first. That's my grandfather. And what I saw that day was I watched this motherfucker put his cigarette out at the perfect time to fucking interrupt me with a whole fucking train. So I call this my train. It lets me know I'm right on time. And what I realized was because I hated it so much, I kept attracting it.
Come on.
Then I realized I should love it. See, what you focus on is what you attract.
Come on.
I don't give a fuck what you think. What your mind, if you out here always talking about women ain't no good, you're going to attract none. I don't give a fuck what you want. It's what your mind focuses on. If men ain't good, I always pick up bad niggas. Of course, because that's what you focus on. I don't want this. I don't want this. Job in the Bible. When Job lost everything he had, God asked him, what's wrong with you? He said, everything that I have feared has come upon me. Oh, that's a story about law of attraction. The devil and God choosing to take his stuff. Think about this. Job said, everything that I have feared has come upon me. So you walking around worried about losing this shit and you lost it.
Come on now.
So the point I'm making is your mind, when you go outside, like you said, and you feeling like good morning, your face gonna look like good morning.
Come on, man.
Somebody gonna say good morning to you. It's a saying in the black community, and I'm so used to it, and I hate to say it, but I gotta go with it. It's a saying, RBF, resting bitch face. You ever heard that saying?
Yeah, I just heard it.
That's how a lot of our women see our law of attraction is. Just, a lot of our women walk around like that and wonder why they get treated and accosted or ignored like they do. They walk around with that resting bitch face. It's a real thing.
Yeah, man. When I was in 6th grade, I went to Hidden Valley Elementary here in Charlotte, and we had 98% black students and teachers and staff. So it was like a real cultural thing. And we had a funeral. It was a whole wide school funeral. Every class in 6th grade had to have a funeral. Everybody had to wear black. And I remember I said, Mom, we're going to a funeral. What kind of funeral? But we buried the word I can't. Everybody had to write down I can't. And everybody had to we made a classroom casket. And everybody buried I can't. And from the 6th grade, bro, this stuck in my mind. You can't cause you ain't. Anytime you say you can't, it's cause you ain't. So it ain't no different than somebody who say I can't find a job cause you ain't want one. I can't find a woman cause you ain't want one. Simple as that. If you really is, you will and you do. So that's a simple choice. And one thing about it, man, like you said, that train, you hated that train. It take negative and positive to make it work. This is you. Hey, look, this is law. You can't break this law. This law will break you before you break it. So anytime you got negative aspect or something you consider negative, if you're really real about the moment, meaning the divine moment, whatever you've been through brought you here, you right where you're supposed to be. And if you can't love the recipe that brought you here, whether it's 4 eggs, flour, and milk. It might not be no sugar in your shit yet. That's coming down the line. But you got to understand the process of where you want to go, what you see in your mind. If you can't see it and you ain't, then you can't. So, like you say, that's just simply put.
I want a caveat real quick,
Come on.
but it's on the same subject. Let's see, can I do this live time?
That's what I'm talking about.
I be fucking shit up sometime. Okay, let's see. I'm sharing the wrong shit. Okay, let's see. What is this?
Let me say this while you looking at it too. I want to drop some hero mathematics. 85, 10, and 5. 85% of the people looking for 15% of the people say come here. Out of the 15, 10 will only say come here for their own purpose or gain with no real compassion or empathy for what they calling you for. 5% is somewhat known to poor righteous teachers, right? They really got a concern in their soul, like we say to Jesus heart. They really want to help. Now, some people can egotistically say, I'm always the 15, but we all in the cipher. You can become the 85 when you don't know how to put up a screen, though. And here comes somebody got what you need and can do what you can't. So you always got to know your position and realize you ain't never above the bullshit. So when you are standing in the 15, when I talk about truth, understanding the God, love, and life for my people to understand family structure and values, I come as a raw motherfucking 5. And I'm real enough to know when I'm an 85, and I need my people.
Shout out to the brother Alex X over there on X. High value speech you gave was the truth. Right now, this program allows me to say we got 68 people viewing and 50 of them are from my X. So I'm gonna have to start going live on my X and doing more on my X. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother over there on X. I wanted to share something. I'm gonna just play the audio.
I like this vibe too, man. Yeah, you playing it, Javon? You hear me? Yeah, are you playing it now?
Yeah. Oh, what's it playing?
No. I couldn't hear it. I thought you were setting it up. I don't know if they can hear that.
Oh,
But
I thought it was playing. Let's see. Well, I ain't gonna try to do it and fuck my stream up because I'm trying to do some. Let me see. I want to play this shit though. I'm trying to do some. See that go that fear or that expectancy or that hope right there. You see what I mean?
Yeah. What it's about?
Well, I just said I ain't gonna fuck my stream up, meaning I'm figuring I'm gonna fuck up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying what you gonna play? What is about? What
Paul Pierce, NBA basketball player, telling men to get them a 5 or a 6 instead of a 10. Basically saying that he's learned over time that certain women ain't gonna listen and certain women gonna go dig, and you need somebody that really got your back. Now, the point I wanted to make from that, and I ain't gotta play it, is we got a lot of men. You saw the podcast I was on. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think it's pointless, but then sometimes I like to get in certain spaces and educate. But everybody's against me. Same way we figure everybody should get that fucking trophy, like I was saying my sons got. We living in a world where every man think he's supposed to have a top quality, high echelon woman. And this is Paul Pierce, former NBA basketball star, 6'7" guy, been the man since he was high school, played college ball, played NBA ball from Compton, you know what I'm saying, millionaire that lived his life and said, stop chasing these baddies. You know what I'm saying? He tell now who more above average than this guy that could say who has reached his dreams more than this guy? And he said, yo, stop chasing these baddies. And we got men out here that's working men thinking they high value men because they make $100,000 a year, thinking that they deserve something that somebody else don't got. And let me set this up so you can see what I'm saying. I was joking with my wife. Do you remember the Valentine's cards when we were kids? You from North Carolina. You remember they used to have 30, 31 cards for your kids in class. Yeah. And then it was like this one big card with a heart, big heart, or a little lollipop attached to it. And you give that to your favorite person, right? Yeah. All right. Let me take you back. Now think about this. When you got your cards, it was 30 some cards. You actually gave everybody in the class a card, right? Including the boys, right? Yeah. Because they wanted everybody to feel good, right? Yeah. So I would give out cards and John, Keisha, everybody get a card. But that big card that you liked that girl, Linda, you gave her that big boy card. Yeah. Got a little lollipop on it, right? That's how they made the kit, right? Yeah. They made the kit saying, this motherfucker special. Yeah. You just get a little card, right? Now, what I'm saying is, remember I said 7th grade self? This shit start early on. I used to get 4 or 5 big cards. The girls have always liked certain guys, whether it's for handsomeness, confidence, whatever. He was smart, whatever. I'm saying, if you wasn't a guy that got the cards early, what make you think you changed in life? That man, a millionaire, just said, hey, man, these women will fuck you over no matter how much money you got. This money shit don't make shit happen. Get you a 5 or a 6. Now, this is the thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, people think 5 or 6 is so bad. You see what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, when I look at my wife, you know, naturally, I think my wife a 10. I thought she was beautiful. Why would I even got with her? But then you got the standards of the world. But I don't let that affect me and who I choose. You see what I'm saying? But when you're picking something based on aesthetics, you're gonna get fucked over every time. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that a trophy is exactly what a trophy is. It's pretty, but it sits there and don't do a motherfucking thing. What do you feel about, because you're a married man and obviously you had to pick a woman, and I could tell with your confidence and who you are, you can't have no weak woman. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible for you to have a weak woman. What do you think about this era of men thinking I'm high value, I should have a better woman than the average man?
Well, like I say, man, I think that's social media shit once again, and that's make believe. When we talking real life shit, she a dime cost she mine. Fuck you talking about? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Confidence is key. If she is, I damn sure agree. You understand what I'm saying, man? So the whole conversation about a 5 or a 10 or that's so subjective to. I'm gonna tell you like this. I grew up watching cool guys in the hood have a 1980 with rally ties that made you feel like, man, you can't find no car like that. Everybody can go buy a Benz, but man, that's the coolest dude in the hood because he got something rare, and we ain't even realize it was old. We just knew it was rare. So it's subjective according to who you are. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying, man? He got a dime. Nigga, yours ain't finer than mine, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah. It just amazes me that we think that we can circumvent nature. You know what I'm saying? Women like men that other women like. Women like confident men, whether you short, tall, fat, light, or dark. Women like confident men. Women like men that other women like. What makes us think that we can do something? It's funny because to me, it seems like when you say you're going to get your bag up and get your weight up in order to get in a better circle for women, this is what's crazy to me. I'm going to get my bag up. I'm going to get my weight up so I can get in the room with some upper echelon women. Well, if you want in the room with them, they're not going to like you. They're not going to like you. You're really saying, I'm finna get victimized. I'm finna get victimized. I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My bad. Hey, look, man. I just want to ask you this question, just for real, and there's some real manhood shit. I want to have a real manhood conversation. Do you know the difference between a carburetor and a fuel injector?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Carburetor's on an old car, and it pushes the gas to the spark plug, and a fuel injector is a computer system on a new car that pushes the gas to the spark plug.
Okay, so the difference is one is mechanical, one is electronic, but the point of them both is pushing gas to the spark plug where the pistons create the power, right?
Yeah.
So imagine this right here. Two men at the racetrack. They argue. Which one is better? A carburetor or a fuel injector? But they got to understand in that it's about air and it's about fuel and it's about getting in there to make that fire. And they talking shit. But they can test their theory. Line up, put some money on it. I'll show you what this carburetor do, right? Now you got another man, he done bought a car, but he don't understand how it works. He don't know what's the difference or what's the goddamn purpose. And he ain't gonna win. Because everybody who on the line know it enough to understand how to fine tune it. See, the old man with the carburetor, he got a screwdriver and he can feel it in his soul when he turn and feel that goddamn idol. See, this how men talk. This how men understand. The new boy got his laptop and he working numbers. See, when you get men in this room who don't know what a carburetor is and a fuel injector, and he ain't never put nothing on the line and made her get down that goddamn track, he ain't got the right to talk. So when we talking about relationships, women, and beauty, see, a car been a car since the beginning of the creation of a car. A woman been a woman. They work a certain type of way. And if you was in the 6th grade, the 5th grade, the 7th grade, if you knew how to attract them and knew how to make them goddamn want to be in the track, that's a power. And just because you 40 and you ain't never in your goddamn life had this, you can't buy it. You can't fake it. You can't make it. You can't find one because you ain't one. And we got to let this shit be known and stop letting lame motherfuckers represent manhood. In relationships between black men and black women, they thriving right now today. Babies made from men and women having sex. So stop listening to these goddamn losers creating illusions and ideas that's so far disconnected from goddamn real life. Because I know men who ain't got nothing, that when they get put out from one woman, they got the confidence and know-how to know, boy, I give me a woman like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you then?
Trab, this is what I'm saying. I asked a survey, and I even asked the men on the panel. I said, most men got a good woman in their corner that want to marry them. All he got to do is just stop hoeing around and ask. And they like, yeah. I'm like, so what y'all doing? Trav, this is the thing that kind of make me not want to go on the podcast again, but I kind of want to get in that space and teach. and I kind of want to build my popularity up. You know what I'm saying? So I got to separate my consciousness from my ego to say, yeah, I can get in here and talk my shit and get they following. You know, when I got off that podcast the other day, my wife had to give me a massage. I had a fucking headache.
Yeah. I can see why.
Exactly. My wife said, come on in here and let me give you a massage. I know you got a headache. I said, yes, I do. I realized black men, we gonna prey on black women no matter what we do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Preying on a woman's delusion and need for attention. So they get these women on these podcasts and go back and forth with these women. And if they say something that they stump the women, then they go, yay! And they have all these little cut ups and shit and sound effects. Yeah, I told you, bitch. Yeah. And it's like, who's excited about proving a woman wrong?
Yeah, like I say, man. Like you say, man. They ain't. Ain't nobody talking no real life shit, man. Like we talked about in the beginning, the standard of manhood. Manhood ain't about being nothing but a servant. You wake up and you rise just like a son do, cause you a son too. The sun rise up and give Mother Earth and everything come out of her what it needs to sustain and maintain. That ain't no deep shit. That's what the sun do. It even do it to you. So when you rise like a son too, you just a servant. What you do? Who you do it for? That gives you your purpose. Now it's men out here who make a conscious decision to say, I ain't gonna be in no relationship for whatever reason they working on themselves, but there's not a shadow of a doubt that they have something to give a woman.
Yeah.
That's totally different than a man who think he can't find a woman to receive. Me and you got a song together called I'm a Savior.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I ain't gonna kill nothing. I ain't gonna let nothing die. I'm a compassionate man. I respond to a cry. I told my woman I'm a saver, so I saved her. So that makes me a savior. That's what a black man is when he stand up in posture like the sun.
Yeah.
Ain't no deep shit. You your mom and daddy's son. You rise up every day to do what? If you stand in that posture, you will attract a woman. And all you got to do is choose who's worthy of to give what's in you to give. That ain't no fucking algebra equation. You choose to or you not. But ain't no man that's standing in real posture talking about he can't find no woman. That's cause you ain't no man then. Bottom goddamn line.
Man, you know, it's so funny because what up? I gotta give a real shout out since we talk about manhood and the standard. Coach Jones, that's my homeboy. Went to back, called him smooth left. He played quarterback. Let me give my guy a shout out since we was talking about sports. He played quarterback, pitcher, and two guards. Sometimes he was the point guard. You know. So this guy had the most important positions always. Orlando Jones. You know what I'm saying? Standard. Married man, college, married early, good Christian man, beautiful wife Shelby right there. We went to high school together, got some beautiful young men, athletes running the show. Standard, always kept his nose clean. I know his mother was a great woman. I just spent the night at this man's house so many times, want to be over his house rather than my house. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother right there, Coach Jones. Standard, you know what I'm saying? A true standard setter. But yeah, man, I think what people don't understand is as men, there were certain norms and standards for us. Like you said, the guy feel like he can land on his feet at any woman's house. I've never seen an age where men complained about women. There ain't enough good women, and women outnumber us. So when you say what I'm saying is date on your level, and I don't mean a number, I mean so many unarbitrary things. The only reason you complaining Because you can't get what you think you deserve. You want the fucking MVP trophy and you want the MVP.
You ain't need no starter. You want the MVP trophy and you ain't need no starter.
Man, Paul Pierce, NBA basketball player, said the new wave is we fucking with 5s and 6s. And he actually said women are going to say, why you with her? And he said, don't worry about why I'm with her. You get what I'm saying? Now, when he's saying 5s and 6s, I think he's breaking that down to the world standard, meaning the world. Because to me, a dime ain't nothing but a fucking 5 with a whole lot of makeup and shit on.
Come on with it, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, a whole lot about shit.
Yeah, the natural woman that look like herself, that don't lead with her ass and don't need lashes and don't need all this shit. This woman has some substance that she think that she can attract with. You see what I'm saying? Shit, you can put makeup on me and you, and we could look pretty like dimes. Oh. That shit is just. I'm saying that they make men look like dimes every day, man. That's what I'm saying. They do that shit. It's men that can sit right here. I got caught up in a fucking YouTube one day of this man saying, I'm finna transform. And I'm sitting here saying, I don't know what got me. Maybe I was in my gay spirit that night, but I don't know what the fuck came over me. This man had a beard saying, I'm finna transform. And he shaved his beard. I said, let me see what the fuck this nigga doing. He shaved his beard. That motherfucker got to paint his face. That shit was looking like a goddamn some Bob, what's my goddamn guy name? Some Bob Clark shit. They gotta be painted. There's a little tree right here. This I'm gonna put a little eyelash and I'm gonna shake the nose. Hey man, before I'm looking at this shit, man, like 3 hours straight. After 3 hours, this motherfucker looked just like a woman.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, anybody can transform. But the point I'm making is Paul Pierce is saying, hey man, everybody don't deserve a baddie, and these baddies that think they baddies ain't no damn good anyway. So what you saying is you want to get your weight up and get your money up to get you a woman that ain't no damn good. Everybody know. Watch this, Trav. Watch this. This I got a cousin that's like this, and I hope he ain't watching, but I ain't gonna say his name. Everybody know that the girl that's a dime, so-called, when we in school. We had a girl in my high school, and OJ watching now, senior superlatives, most likely to marry a celebrity. We knew this girl was fine enough in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade that she was gonna marry a rich fucking celebrity, and she did.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you this one time. There used to be a Wendy's up the street, and they had this lady worked in the drive-thru, and there's some real shit. And I say, man, she had to be mentally thrown off because she was absolutely too beautiful to be working in a Wendy's drive-thru. And that's kind of like what you're saying. Like what got to be wrong with, you know what I mean? And I know that may sound kind of crazy, but like you say, there is a known standard of beauty that the top confident man going for her, you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. But on the flip side of that, like I say, repeat after me if you listening to me. She a dime, cause she mine, and it's a powerful thing just to be mine. That's anything that's mine. When Paul Pierce walk in there with whoever, anybody that admire him, look up to him, gonna look up to his standard. All they gonna see is that's his standard, and it's admirable. She will instantly be a dime because she mine. Goddamn, I'm a dime.
Hey man,
you might say, well, I know, like you said one time, you did the post. If you look, mind, body, soul, spirit. Man, I really believe in knowing my mind that it had to make me overweight to make me fail. I swear it did.
Yeah.
And I believe that. And I ain't never walked in a room where a built dude was, hey, look, wasn't finna feel this glow and how I do. You understand what I'm saying?
And Trab, that's the confidence. I'm telling you that if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You said something, and it's funny. You just said there's two things. You said God made you fat to make you fair. That's funny than a motherfucker.
Yeah, I ain't bullshitting, man. I ain't. Cause look, let me tell you. And look, hey, look, but no, hold on. I want to say, I want to give a real life. I want to give a real life example, right? Because I don't. This some real life shit. What I'm talking. And it's going back to where I had to find my confidence. I say I heard God for the first time inside my helmet on the football field. He told me what I was finna do and who I was, right? And in my mind, I never saw myself blocking like the fat dudes. In my mind, I was a running back. I was a receiver. I scored touchdowns. And in my mind, it came out. I was always the big running back who supposed to be on the line, but he playing running back. So when I got to high school, my coach told me I was weighing 260 pounds. He said, the only way you can play backfield on my offense is you got to run a 4-second 40. And on my team, we had the fastest dude in the state at the 100. I watched him every day for a week, knowing my 40 time was coming up. And I mimicked him and transformed and ran a 4.8. I said, God damn it, I'm in this backfield and it's mine. I will because I can. I do because I can. So I ain't talking no, amen. It boils down to that. Simplicity in your mind. That's where it starts.
Hey man, you know that's funny because you say that. I got a saying, if God would have gave me abs, it wouldn't be fair. So and I'm working on them now. You know what I'm saying? So shit, that might be the thing we need to work on to take us over the top. But you said some shit that's so real. I remember when I met my wife. Now my wife do hair at the time, beautiful woman, got abs, but she's a fly girl, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say it badly, but because she do hair, she do her own hair. She could change her hair, sew in her own weave. Her shit look real, blah, 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 blah. Basically, they had a salon in Durham, her and 3 other girls, and they was kind of like the shit. You know, they got a salon downtown, valet parking. You know, they the shit. They the it girls. They did hair shows. All the guys like them. Everybody know them. Like when I first started going out with my wife, we walk in a party or walk in a club and the nigga on the radio like, Chris in the house. I'm like, damn. You said, and she would be like, I'm popular. And she was like, so when we go out, I'm popular. And you know, when a woman say they popular, you thinking like, you done fucked a lot of motherfuckers. That's what you're really thinking on the low. You like, I'm popular. And it's like we go in there and she know the DJs on the radio station. She know the club owners, and you know their hair salon was like a spot when entertainers came to Durham. That's where they go get their hair braided at. You know, females or rappers and shit. So they was known. So when I got with her, she was that person. And I was known as that guy. And one day I was just like, maturing. I was like, take that fucking weave out your hair. I don't want to never see you with no weave and makeup on again. And she was like, what? She was like, but you ain't had no problem with it at first, or blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know, I'm maturing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the makeup. I don't like how long it take you to do that shit. Shit, you look good, you know? And she was like, okay, I will. But there would be times where she was like, I want to put a little bit on because I don't feel confident or blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, she stopped immediately. And I remember in the conversation with her, I said, you know, I'm your security. Because a woman says she's insecure, she's really saying there's something about me that I think will inhibit me from getting a man. I have an insecurity. Sometimes it's their forehead. Sometimes it's the way their eyes shape. Sometimes, you know, my wife's number one insecurity is marks on her chin from when, if she pick at her skin, that was a habit she had. So she got some black marks on her chin. You know what I'm saying? So that was her number one insecurity. So I said, when you with me, you're secure literally and figuratively. I'm protecting you. I'm your security, but I'm the thing that say these marks don't mean shit. I'm the thing that say, hey, this natural hair don't mean shit. I got a motherfucking king. So when you said that shit about Paul Pierce, this is what I don't think men don't understand. And that's because everybody got a trophy, Trav. The fact that you understood that and made that point. Paul Pierce is saying, when they said fuck, when they said why she with him, he like fuck what they say. I'm Paul Pierce. If she with me, you better fucking know if she with me, it's some fucking great about her.
Yeah, see the truth.
It's about your own confidence in yourself. So a man that's not confident in himself, he really, 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 really needs some gold chains. He need to put his money to his ear, and he need a baddie. He need a baddie. Because think about this. Why would these guys in the entertainment industry all be fucking the same women? Klay Thompson, NBA basketball player right now, fucking with Meg Thee Stallion, and we done watched her fuck with 12 guys since she came out. They need that on their side because of how they feel about themselves. Because if you really think about it, bro, if we talking about men being high value and reaching their dreams and their purpose, these guys got everything they ever dreamed of. But they still need a fucking trophy that some other nigga done had. He had her. If he could get her, I can get her. If Moneybag Yo can get her, that make me feel like I'm something because I can get her. So it's like you really measuring another man. When all these beautiful women out here in the world that ain't known for being ran through, that you can go get, you want to get somebody you know been ran through.
Come on, man.
Because she a trophy to the world.
Come on, man.
That shit crazy to me, man.
Come on, man. And it boils back down to being sincere, genuine, and real in the moment. And the most powerful thing you can pay is attention. And you pay attention to what and who you care for. And those are the things that's deeper than the eye can see. So you can take Paul Pierce, hell, you can take Jay-Z, you can take anybody. If you're going to compare yourself to the things you can see, there's only certain elements that a man can have: a woman, a crib, security, a means of traveling. If it's mine, then it's right on time. Fuck, I'm comparing mine to. When can't nobody see me and mine. It's divine right now in my home with my family. Who am I comparing my moment to? So if you ain't got a moment, then you all comparison. And that's when I say you go into the fake world. You go into the make-believe. I got to make you believe any goddamn thing when I ain't got nothing real to show. See what you see how that work though, dog?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, and it's simple. And I would even say this, man, like you talk about baddies and shit like this, all those accessories. Go to the grocery store on a Saturday or a Sunday morning when you see mothers who get up in their natural selves and go out and do something that's necessary. When there's no effort to look like a woman. They just being a woman, doing what a woman do. That's some of the most beautiful things in nature you will ever see. And I ain't talking about sexually attractive. I'm talking about just the whole woman nature.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like, go see it in real fucking life. If you want to see what a beautiful woman look like, go to a grocery store where a woman is there on purpose, in most cases, to feed her children. That's where you see a woman at. But you see all type of other shit when you go and looking. Yeah, man, goddamn. Now this shit real to me though, Javon, man. I hate this.
Man, you look. You think about this.
No real life, man.
You saying what?
Real life.
You're saying what women say all the time, man. Why when I get up and just go out and just handle my regular business, men all in my face, but when I get dolled up, don't nobody want to talk to me because you look like a woman. You look like you got some business about yourself. You're not sitting in the corner of the club with the phone in your face, flicking a fucking fake piece of weed.
See, my daddy and my granddaddy taught me what a pretty lady was. See, we don't even hear the word lady no more. See, a pretty lady is someone who's pretty with no effort to be it.
Mm-hmm.
She could be in her work clothes. She could be whatever. A pretty lady is something that comes from the inside. Some people might think she's ugly till you get close enough to realize her spirit, her soul makes her beauty, and what you would consider ugly make her unique.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a pretty lady is. But I don't even know if women want to be pretty ladies no more.
Well, man, Trav, the funny thing is this. What a lot of people don't realize is, and I'm gonna give a teachable moment. Like you said, a pretty lady is a lady that don't have to try. Makeup was created for prostitutes. That's what people don't realize. I'm being honest. It has a spirit attached to it. That's why your grandma told you don't make it, wear it, because she heard the slave masters tell his daughter don't wear it when it first came over here. So this is the thing. They wear mascara. Mascara, what it does is it makes your pupils look blacker. Your eyes look blacker. Because when a woman is horny, she's pupils is dilating. Blush on her cheeks and red lipstick. When a woman is horny, her lips swell and her cheeks swell. And they become more reddish. So this shit was designed for a woman to put on, so when you see her, what does it look like? She looks alluring from the side. From across the room, when you see her, she looks alluring. Oh, prostitute, horny mode. So you can go ask her to buy some pussy. Whereas the woman that looks plain Jane, you can't walk up on her and ask her to buy some pussy. Now that's in its inception. Now think about it when you walk around today. Like you said, when you see that woman without all that shit on in her element, she's doing real woman shit. But when you see that woman that said, let me get made up and dolled up, she's not doing real woman shit when she has that shit on.
Come on,
she's
man.
Trying to be sultry. She's trying to be seen. She's trying to sell herself. It's no different than a man, me and your age, going to get some red fucking sneakers and some of them skinny jeans and all this shit, trying to be cool. We're trying to sell ourselves to a younger generation, we're trying to make women our age think that we got some money.
And let me say this too, man, because if any woman listen to this ain't to shame you in any type of way. We just simply understand and is speaking on how it works. So when I say give reference to a pretty lady, I'm saying it in the context of if you out here vulnerable, meaning you not protected, you don't have security of a man, the soul can't keep no secret, it will reveal what it needs through behaviors, right? So I'm saying if you're vulnerable and you need that, don't lie to yourself. It's cool to understand your position, but you got to know, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So if you see a destination where you know you still worthy to be loved, then all I'm saying is just in that moment, don't be anything to deflect. Don't be anything to deflect. You never know who's divine to be in your path in a gesture of just being respectful to say, hey, let me hold the door. You never know. But all of these things work in attracting or unattracting. Like they say, get out your fucking feelings. These men talking logical to really help you understand how it works.
Man, you just said something in that moment. I tell women all the time, it's about moments, first impression. Most men, when I saw Chris, the first time I laid my eyes on her, I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry that chick. Most men know when they first see a woman if they want her. And when a man decides he want a woman, like you always say, a man is whatever, only as strong as his reason or whatever, the biggest his reason. once a man decide he want a woman and he pursue her, he don't care. She could have had a kid. She could have had a bad credit. She could have had a diss in her past. She could have come from a bad family. She could be a fucking different religion than him. If he want that woman, that's who he want. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is, you ask most married men and you ask most married women, how soon before this man told you he was gonna wife you, it'd be like, oh, he told me first time, second day, third day. So how you present, it's the biggest fucking thing on this fucking earth, man. I don't understand. I'm out here looking like Freddy Krueger, but I don't get in nightmares and burn people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you? I'm in a police uniform. Hey, man, stop coming asking me for help. You in a police uniform, motherfucker? I'm in a hoes outfit and expect somebody to treat me like a woman. But then when I'm out here looking like a woman doing grocery, men walk up to me, excuse me, Miss Lady, can I get that for you? Can I pump your gas? You want me to wash your car? Wash your car? Because you're looking like a lady. I don't understand what's so fucking hard about that. I told my sons one day, and BJ and them, they was over here chilling, and they don't sag like that, but it's enough for me to say something. I said, man, let me tell y'all something. Y'all boys done graduated from college. I said, a motherfucker sagging his pants is showing his ass when men are infatuated with women's asses, and women don't see fit to show their ass. An ass will get a woman a husband, or ass will get a woman a bill paid. So, man, ain't nothing your ass can get you other than some man wanting to fuck you. So I said, I'm telling y'all as y'all uncle, mentor, and father, when a motherfucker see you sagging your pants as a man with your ass showing, you couldn't do the first thing correct that you had to do when you got out the goddamn bed. Like they said, I put my goddamn pants on one leg at a time. Motherfucker, you couldn't even get that right. So you're considered useless. I don't care what you think, what you say about yourself, what you can do. Outside of the niggas that sag their pants with you, when you go anywhere, a motherfucker looking at you and say, that motherfucker useless, man. Useless. And they looked at me and they was like, damn, pull my shit up, goddamn.
Yeah. And going back to manhood, that's a manhood statement. Being a man is about being used. You just don't want to be abused. But yeah, what is your family using you for? If you ain't got no answers, god damn.
And you know what, Trav, before we get out of here, man, not only do these guys think if they get their money up, they deserve a certain type of woman, then they say, all a woman want to do is use you. It's like, you ever notice when you first date a woman and y'all kick it a little bit, then she get nervous because she like you. She said, what are we? She want to put a title on it. She want to guarantee that y'all something. Woman get nervous, scared she gonna get her heart broke. That's what it seemed like these men are now. Nervous, scared they gonna get their heart broke. What if I get married? Or what if I get a woman, she take half my stuff? Nigga, you don't even make $100,000 a year.
And you ain't got shit.
You don't own a home yet. You ain't got shit. And it's almost like, hey, yo, stack your bag. But watch the oxymoron. This is how you know it's just talk, just to make money. This is how you know it's just talk. Watch this. The Bible said, double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. He is like a ship tossed to and fro in the wind, right? Let me show you the double mind. As a man over here, you got to stack your money. Chase your purpose, chase your dreams. Don't worry about no woman. Build yourself up. Get your confidence and get your money up. Do all this shit. Get the bag, right? And once you do that, you'll put yourself in a position where women will come to you, upper echelon women that like you. That's what they say. And then turn around and say, Well, when you get everything you ever wanted and dreamed of, and you get a woman, she's going to take it from you. You're going to lose it. So why you building? Won't you just get you a bitch while you're low? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And let me say this, man. Like you say, been in the game for a long time, man, and put that work in to maintain. It's easy to get anything, but it's hard to maintain and keep something. That's what my daddy told me. He says it's easy to make a family. All you got to do is have a baby. You got you a family. It get hard keeping that family together. So I'm saying this for anybody who ain't never been in the game and you looking to get in the game. I've had brotherhoods with brothers who lost it all, who had the house, the family, the cars, and everything. And I want to tell anybody who ain't never been in the game to really love a woman and their children. By the time that family crumble, I promise you won't give a fuck about no house. I promise you won't give a fuck about no house and no cars by the time you have a family and you lose that. So if you going in thinking about some material shit, then that's only the perspective of a loser or somebody who been on the sideline the whole goddamn time.
Well, there it is right there. You can't get no clearer than that. You worried about losing some material shit because you ain't had nothing that was immaterial that's real. Y'all, we gonna get out of here, man. Y'all already know. Stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Me and my wife Monday. Me and Trab Tuesday, Tough Talk Tuesday. Me and Carla, Nicole Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? Ranting and raving. I'm about to start coming on here Thursdays and just talking in general. I wanted to call it the terrible truth Thursdays. Goddamn it, we're gonna be talking about the terrible truth, some shit that's going on out here in life. That's just some truths that we as black people need to touch, and just in general. So y'all already know we're gonna get out of here. Trav, I was looking for the song Savior. I found it in my email, but it was a WAV file. My phone wouldn't pull it up. I guess it's saying that it's old. I was gonna surprise you with that goddamn I ain't gonna kill nothing. I put a mean verse on that motherfucker too, Trav.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You spit on that motherfucker now.
I wish you had that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure it's somewhere still in my computer, but I know we was
I resend it to you.
Send it to me because that's an MP3.
Okay, yeah, I resend it to you.
All right, my guy, man. You be good, bro. Hold it down. And look, don't burn all your bridges so you'll be with nigga out here complaining you ain't got nobody to talk to.
Yeah.